Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video of mine. The last one that I posted was last week where I talked about how I made the decision to stop drinking alcohol and stop smoking cigarettes. It kind of raised a question that I wanted to talk about this week, and I think that question that some of you had anyway, some of you who could kind of identify with where I was how do you know when it's time to stop drinking? How did I know that it was time? How did I know that that was the thing that I needed to do for myself? And also, um, how hard was it? Not only how hard was it, but how did I know that I could stick to it? That I was actually gonna be devoted to not drinking, devoted enough to make a video of it and share it online. So that the answer is kind of two parts. First of all, I had to ask the right question. And the right question for me is, or was, why are you drinking? Ben, why are you drinking so much? And that was a really interesting question when I sat down and thought about it, when I really thought about it and tried to dig a little bit inside. It had to do with the fact that I was trying to be cool. When I was growing up as a kid, I never thought of myself as part of the cool group. When I was going through elementary school, middle school, high school, I never really felt like I hung out with the cool crowd, so to speak. I was kind of friends with everybody, I think. If you disagree with me, please leave a comment. I would love to know. But I never really saw myself as somebody who was really socially, like super socially popular, the way that I wanted to be and I thought I should for some reason. So that resulted in me thinking that in order to be that guy, I had to be able to party in an epic fashion. So like be able to drink a lot, you know, shot after shot, playing beer pong, flip cup, whatever, into the wee hours of the night, and to still keep my shit together, right? Because that's what somebody who's good at partying is able to do. They're able to party for a long time and still keep it together, not get sloppy, not get stupid, still get up the next day and do whatever it is that they got to do. So, you know, I don't know if it's Hollywood or television or, you know, just some sort of pop culture thing that made me think that. I don't know where I got that version of reality, but that was the version that I settled on. And so I decided, not even in college, it was even after college, that there was part of me that just really wanted to be like really cool, really good at partying, or life of the party, fun to be around, everybody loves and wants to hang out with and party all the time, and that's who I wanted to be, and so that's who I became. You know, I had, as I said in last week's video, I had a really high tolerance for alcohol after, you know, drinking a lot for many years, and I could just keep going and going and going. And that's not something I'm proud of anymore. That was, you know, systematically destroying my body and poisoning myself. But the point of that is I had to get down to the root of why I was doing it and realize that I didn't need to drink heavily, and I didn't need to be a party animal for people to like me, for people to think I was a fun person or interesting to talk to or any of that stuff. So maybe some of you can identify with that a little bit, but that was a big part of my motivation for drinking. Secondly, I had to take a look at how it was affecting what I was doing in the world, how I was showing up in the world. As some of you know, I've gone through some changes over the last few years where I switched careers. I used to be a pilot and a flight instructor. I, at one point, had a career plan to be on a path to being an airline pilot. It's something that I could have done. I probably could still do if I wanted to. But I ended up changing careers after I met Tania, who's now my wife, and I got back into music, which is something that was a passion for me from a very young age. And so now I'm a full-time musician, and now Tania and I tour around the country and we play our music full time. And a big thing for us is through our music and through when we're talking to our audiences is to encourage these ideas of love and equality. And I touched on that a little bit in last week's video. And the reason that I bring that up is because I consider that message of love, of togetherness, of people moving past their differences and recognizing the humanity in each other. I consider that my life's work. I consider that what I'm here to do and what I'm supposed to do and what I want to do with my time while I'm alive here on earth. And that's important because when I think about that in contrast to how much I was drinking before, it was totally, in a lot of ways it was contradictory. It's like, yeah, love yourself, love others, but punish yourself with a fifth of whiskey every night or every other night or whatever. Like, what? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. When you step back and look at it, when you look at the top-down view, you're like, wow, those two things don't go together. And they don't. They don't. So that's what I had to come to a realization was, first of all, why was I drinking? And second of all, how was it affecting what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing with my life? That's how I knew. That's how I got to a point where I knew that I could stop drinking and that I was going to be okay. And that I was going to be more than okay. That I was going to be great. That I was going to be outstanding. That I was going to thrive. That I'm actually, by making that decision, getting back to the essence of who I feel like I'm supposed to be. Not supposed to be because somebody else said so. Supposed to be because that's who I want to be. Because if I check in with my gut, if I check in with my real inner self, that's who I want to be in the world. That's what I stand for. So, I think more of that is a topic for another video, but I just wanted to share how I knew it was time for me to stop. Because I really took a long look at who I was, at how I was showing up in the world, what I was doing, what I wanted to stand for, and what my actions were actually standing for. And there was a discrepancy there, and I couldn't justify it any longer. And so that's how I got to a point where I knew that I was going to be okay without drinking, and that I could do it. I knew I could do it. So I hope that helps some of you. If it does, that's amazing. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm just trying to be transparent and share some of my story and the truths that I've discovered in my life with the rest of the world, with anybody who wants to watch. So please leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought, and there will be more of these to come. So I hope you have a great day, and give yourself some credit. Love yourself. See you next time.